I don't have a battle jacket. And I also don't have a beer. And this guy needs a beer. So what do? I don't know. Oh shit, here we go. There's a beer. Perfect. And look, looks like I'm in luck because here is a fresh jacket with nothing on it. Conveniently, some studs right there. And a paint pen for some fucking reason. Hey everybody, Tony Gohard here once again for Punks Doing Stuff, and today I'm going to do a fucking speed run at making a battle jacket. For one, Rebecca keeps using my fucking battle jacket, so that leaves me cold and studless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fucking jacket that Rebecca has had for years and just fucking refuses to do anything with, and she has shanghaied my jacket. So she has mine, I have this crap. So I'm going to fucking get it metal punked out and get that shit straight. I've got my studs, and I do have one of these guys, which I've never used before. This is a paint marker, paint pen, something like that, oil-based. This is the first time I'm ever going to use one of these. I've heard that they work good. Normally, I just use acrylic paint and a paintbrush, and I paint everything on. But this, I think that this might be a lot faster. The thing is, it's just a test of time to see how well it decides to stay on. And the other thing with this jacket is, it is not actual leather. This is a faux leather jacket. And shit, I don't know. As far as I can tell, it's basically like rubber. So we're just going to have to see how that holds up. We'll see how that paint holds up. We'll see how the combination of the two hold up together. And like I said, this is a first for me, these two different types of materials. The studs that I'm going to use are actually from Angry Young and Poor, so they are a thinner sheet of metal than the ones that I normally use, which are from spikesandstuds.com. So I'm going to use these. These are lighter, and because, like I said, that is faux leather, it's not going to be as strong as regular leather, so the lighter studs will probably make it last a little bit longer, I guess, because this stuff I'm pretty sure will tear up pretty fast if I use the Spikes and studs, because they are thicker and they are more for real leather. So that being said, I'm going to crack this open right here, and then I'm going to get started up on this. I'm going to fucking find a way how to set this up to where you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Alright, so I've got this kind of set up good. As far as I can tell, I'm kind of looking at the screen, and I think you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah. Basically, this one's set up pretty good. You've got your shoulder bit right here. This one I'd normally put like a band name across, but you may or may not be able to see this on the recording. But this is all cracked. All of that faux leather is coming off, so I'm not even going to waste time on that. I am, however, going to work right here in the center part. This is a spot where normally I would just put, let's say I'm working with denim, normally I'll just put patches right there. If it's going to be a hand-painted thing, I'll just paint band stuff right there, or whatever you want to put. But this portion never has studs, because that is fucking painful. If you have studs like right there because your back pushes against it, and like, let's say, there was a time that I was sitting down against a wall. It was a brick wall. I'm assuming that it's the same thing for if it was wood or whatever, but I had studs in the center, and all of it just fucking dug into my back like crazy. I didn't notice it when it was happening, but afterwards I did feel it the next day, and I did have like these little circle spots inside my back with the two little triangles, and it was like fucking weird. But you know, I was drinking at the time, it was cold outside, so I didn't even fucking notice it until the next day. So either way, this paint pen, yeah, you shake it up, it's got like some valve or something. I guess it's like a spray paint, how you like shake it up and then it mixes up the paint. So we are going to give this a test run here. I'm going to mark a small spot that won't even be noticed. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this stuff is going to come out. Actually, it's going to be much finer than I thought it would. But we are just going to get a good fucking thing going right here. We will do a Punks Doing Stuff right there. And there we go. That is the first bit that we're going to put on there. I'll probably go over it again just to make it a little bit darker. But yeah, there we go. That's the first bit that I'm going to put on there. Actually, I did it bigger than I probably should have, but you know, fuck it. That's going to be the back portion. And then now that I've got that going, I am shit, actually I should just fucking go over this right now because I don't know how long this is going to take to dry. Actually, it looks like it's already, yeah, that's already dried. Damn, that shit dries fast. So I'm going to trace over this and then I'm going to figure out what spot I'm going to start to stud. So I'll probably move the camera angle around, all of that crap, swill down some more of this beer while I wait for that paint to dry because I'm not going to want to move it while the paint is drying. If you've painted up a jacket before, chances are you've done it the same way that I have with acrylic paint. And if you do that with acrylic paint, which takes about an hour or so to dry, if it fucking touches anything, then that's it. All that time fucking wasted because it will just fuck up your whole shit. So I am going to do that. With the amount of time that it took for this shit to dry, I mean, I can fucking run my hand across, well, it did do a little bit, but then again, there's also grease on my hands from, you know, running my hands through my hair. But I'm guessing that'll probably take about 5 minutes to dry completely after I get it on there real thick. So I'm going to swill down that beer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I can't even tell what angle this fucking camera is at. But yeah, this stuff is taking a little bit of time to dry because I did put it on kind of thick. But this fucking material, it seems to just like kind of soak it up. So this stuff is kind of spongy. So I'm assuming that if you were to do this on an actual genuine leather jacket, it would actually stay on much better. But it stays on good enough. This little spot is still just a bit wet. So I'm going to let that sit there. But the other thing is, because this stuff is so soft and spongy, it is actually quite thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start studding up one of these side panels right here. And the thing with that is, with a leather jacket, like a full leather jacket, you can pierce the studs in and then pull, because you can feel the separate sections. You can feel the leather, the padding, and then the inside lining. And then you can grab it like that, pull the leather, and then separate it from the insulated part and the lining, and then just, you know, fold the studs in right there. But because this stuff is so thin, I'm gonna have to put it all the way through the faux leather, through the padding, and through the inside lining. So I'm gonna have to go all the way through, and then I'm gonna bend the prods down. But this is much softer material, so it is going to be a hell of a lot easier to just, you know, push it through. You're not going to need to push against on it with a quarter or anything like that, and then just bend the bend the prongs down, and you can do it with your fingers, and then it'll be like that. You'll just see the teeth right there. So I'm going to do that all along this portion here. I'm going to like leave little gaps in between because I kind of like that. Like have a stud, space, stud, basically around the same, you know, amount. So that way it can look pretty cool. And then you have a little fucking like, almost like a bricklayer pattern, kind of like that. So it'll look pretty awesome like that. And then I'm going to run down this side and this side. Actually, I might even put a couple band logos in the middle. I know that for sure. I'm going to put some band logos down here on the bottom portion. This will be like the small of the back, and then this will be the belt area, you know, right there at the very base of the jacket. So I'm gonna get some stuff put on that. But as far as this stuff here, looks like it is dry. Cool. So that stuff does dry up pretty quickly. So that is the very beginning of me starting up a new battle jacket. I am gonna add on other stuff on there, and then you're gonna be there every step of the way as I'm building this battle jacket. Again, I do have very limited time. I have till the 10th of December on YouTube anyway. If you're watching this on Daily Motion, definitely keep watching stuff on Daily Motion, because that is more than likely where everything is going to end up if I do end up getting cut, which I have no idea how they're going to find a basis to cut whoever. Um, there's some guidelines and shit like that, and it just gets all really confusing. So basically all I can do is just, like, if you're driving and you hit black ice, just hold on and wait for whatever to happen. That is basically the way that I'm going to take this. So um, make sure you fucking like the video, share the video, hit that subscribe button if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching this on Daily Motion, hit the follow button or whatever the fuck. And, you know, just stick around because I got plenty of videos to come, no matter which platform. And, you know, I've got lots of stuff to do. I've got this, I've got that, I've got my DIY projects, and, you know, just music reviews, all kinds of shit. So stick around because I will definitely be busy all the damn time. Catch you in the next video.